As you know, I have a lot of Transformers and some movie ones, but I don't have too much that were like from the movie lines anymore. A lot of them are just gone now, and I can get studio series. I don't have too much from the movies. Well, I have this one still, and he's perfectly intact. Yeah, today was just one of those slip and change lockdown days. This toy came out around 10 years ago at this point, with the Age of Extinction releasing in 2014, so this toy line did too. And I got this toy for Christmas 2014. This toy is like one of my only relics left of the movies, like pre-2015. Because the rest of them are just gone now, but I guess I can talk about them. The car mode is like really cool, I like it. It looks really sleek and it rolls well. In comparison to other toys that don't really roll. The toy has a simple transformation, but that's because it's a gimmick toy. Which kind of only exists because I'm pretty sure some parents were complaining that these toys are just too complex for their kids to play with. So they made these toys, a lot of them Age of Extinction line, which were easy to play with for some kids. And I don't really like too much of the gimmick toys, but some of them are fine, including this one. Let's do some comparison with other Carmen. And this is the Beast Skull Cruncher, Mystery Mini Vanny, Core Class Optimus Prime, Hammond Collection Baryonyx, Legacy Needle Nose. Of course, the one I've been comparing him to this whole video, the Dark of the Moon Leader Class Bumblebee, and Resource Megatron because I had a dinosaur. Now I can focus on the really silly gimmick that he has. First you get those parts. You can open him up like so. And once you get him like that, you can flip 2 times. But sometimes the head doesn't come out. And repeat the process by flipping him. You're not supposed to flip him 3 times, so just don't do that if you're here. Sometimes his head will get like this if you flipped it wrong. Okay, finally, I can use it. Flip. Aw, man. Well, no, this is lockdown. You gotta put these in here. You gotta like kind of push them. And yeah, you also gotta put his legs out. And now he can stand like this. In this mode, he's imposing and he's articulate enough. Unlike some other gimmick toys where they just can't move, he's articulate enough to do some stuff, except in the legs, mostly in the arms. He sports his Mask of Death thing that he uses in the opening of the movie, and that he uses sometimes to just spot out people. I remember as a kid, I always wanted his gun to have like a gun, his head to have a gun transformation. That's only like the other toys of him. And his head, I guess it can't turn around, so he's stuck like that. He has like most of his vehicle on his back. I guess it looks pretty cool. And he can move some of his hands, well, arms, to do stuff. His face can't really come off from a mask, so you're just gonna have to deal with him like that. I always wondered why he had the mask locked on, It looks cool anyway, so I'm fine with it, but I wonder if it was like based off concept art or something. Because a lot of Transformers toys for the movies were kind of just like off concept art sometimes, so I wonder about it. My pose I like to get him in is this pose, because it looks like he's in a call with somebody on his arm. You can have him in like fantasies of your Transformers dying in his hands, but with his articulation, he can't really fight that much, and he has no weapons with him. So actually fighting with them or making like cool fighting poses would be pretty hard. And as I said, he scales well to the bigger Transformers out there. Well, no more robot mode, because this robot mode is pretty underwhelming. It's fun for a toy, but if you want it, you're gonna have to have some imagination to imagine the things he does. Because he has like no other way of moving than his arms, as you can probably see. And the last thing I had to talk about with the robot mode is that he's good at standing, as you can probably see. His alt mode is just really good still, and it's the best part about him. I keep on forgetting to mention, he has the Decepticon insignia. Which is strange, because in the movies, he doesn't really have an allegiance to the Decepticons. So that's like my second biggest reason why I think it is concept art that they use for his design. Because if you watch the show Transformers Animated, you would know in that show, Lockdown is a Decepticon. So maybe when they were thinking of his design in the movies, they were going to make him a Decepticon at first. And then they decided to just make him not have any allegiance to any faction. Which would make sense. And before I close off this review, I want to do a final scale. Skull Cruncher, Core Class Optimus Prime, Vanny, Hammond Collection Baryonyx, Legacy Needle Nose, Bumblebee as car mode, and Beast Wars Megatron. Do I recommend this toy? Yeah, no. Is the car really cool and that can add to your collection of cars from the movies? Yeah. But the robot mode is really boring and is based off a gimmick that gets old and it feels like you're gonna break it sometimes when you do. So unless you're feeling nostalgic for 2014, or if this is a toy from your childhood, I say that you should just skip it. It's like around $10 from what I've seen of people who are reselling it, but the space is just not worth it. And $10 would be $10 more to Studio Series Lockdown or the original Lockdown toy if you really want that. So yeah, thanks for watching the video about the toy I have from 10 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, usually my views are on more recent and more competent toys, but I just felt an obligation to talk about that Lockdown toy, since it is a toy that I do like a lot, even though it has a lot of shortcomings. YouTube actually had a feature recently where if you say subscribe, the button lights up, so I don't like to ask people to subscribe that often. I don't really do it at all, but I just want to see that feature. I want to see if it works. Well, goodbye.
I think if we all just take a couple of deep breaths here and just try to...